She is passionate about leaving her audiences with the utmost memorable experience of laughter. Get ready for the funny and talented Tanya Lewis.
I was not going to let them little girls outdo me. Did you see them God's girls? I want to know who did their makeup. They came in with security and everything. I've been in this industry for 4 years. I ain't got no security or nothing. They came in a limo. I came in a Honda. What's going on with that? Happy anniversary to our pastors, 9 years. Woo! 9 years. It's a lot of work being a pastor. I'm a pastor on Facebook every day. And it ain't easy. It's some days I'm like, you know what? I tried to get the tax credit and everything, but they asked for proof and everything. So I give it up to y'all. It's a lot of work being a pastor. But God actually called me to be a real pastor one time. Then he called me back and said he had the wrong number. So I figure I stick with this because there's no credit check or nothing like that. So it's kind of working for me right now. But I heard about the pastors like a long time before I actually joined this church and everything. My friends and everything, they was like, you need to check out that church because they associated with some Dr. Dollar. And at the time, I didn't know who Dr. Dollar was, but I knew who 50 Cent was. So I was... So I figured if they was halfway associated, they were all right with me. So coming and routing everything tried to stop me this week and everything. You know, the cops actually pulled me over en route here, and they asked me why was I speeding. I said, apparently I ain't see you. And week after week, I hear the pastor say, it does matter who you're connected with. Well, I can testify to that today because as the police were pulling me over and everything, they actually heard the pastor's plan because when the cops pulled me over, because it's not the first time, so I'm going to be honest. Can I be real? I'm going to tell the truth because, you know, some Christians do lie. Can I be honest with you? I'm going to let y'all know that I see in the spirit. But Christians lie. One of the lies that Christians tell, I ain't lying. Another lie is, I'm going to call you back. I'm waiting on a call from half of y'all right now. But my favorite one, you don't look like what you've been through. Some of y'all do. But I'm going to share my testimony of actually how I joined this church because I used to go to the club. Now, I saw how some of y'all were dancing and shaking and everything. You was one twerk away from a breakthrough. I come here week after week, and they say praise confuse the enemy. Some of y'all praise be confusing me. Can I keep it real? So, I used to go to the club. I used to shut the club down. How many people are going to be honest and say they used to go to the club? Because I see it on y'all. So, I used to go to the club. And one morning I was actually coming from the club. And right out here, look right out here, like to the side. I was actually running out of gas. I didn't mean to come here. And I was walking in, and I heard the music pumping. Ain't Minister Percy? He is an anointed man of God. You will come in limping and leave out pimping. Serious. He make you forget everything. So I was running out of gas, and I came in here because the music brought me in and everything. And I guess I didn't look like I fit in because I had on fishnets coming from the club. So I sat in the back, and the lady, she looked at me, and she said, "Ma'am, are you okay?" And I said, "I thought you never asked." I was coming from work. And all of a sudden, my car ran out of gas. And she said, "Ma'am, that's no problem. It's going to be okay. Just make me a promise." I said, "Make you a promise?" She said, "Just promise that you're going to come back next week." And I'm like, here she go. All right. So the following week, I went to the club. But I made the promise. I kept on. I came on here to Victory and everything. And as I'm turning here, I'm sitting here like, I got to get my mind stayed on God and everything. So I didn't really know the radio stations, the praise and all that at the time. So I turned on the music, just trying to get my mind in the frame of God. And my song came on. You ever get somewhere and your song came on? So it was Maxwell. So I'm going to be honest. And I saw that the lady, that same lady that invited me to church, she looked at me, and she was at the light with me. And I saw her as I'm sitting there singing. And so I began to worship. And so I came on to church, and everything was fine until we got to the end of the service. She started getting into my business and asking me questions. She was like, "Are you saved?" I said, "Well, you saved me from having to walk to get some gas?" "Yes." She was like, "Do you speak in tongues?" I said, "Uh-oh." "Yes." She said, "Let me hear you." It's a nosy person in every church. Turn to your neighbor and say, it's a nosy person in every church. If you don't know that nosy person, 9 out of 10 times that nosy person is you. So I began to make my way down to the aisle, and here go Pastor Tony with some oil. And he started rubbing his hand, getting the people and everything. They putting the oil in his hand and everything. And I'm up here ready to surrender, like, what's going on? But then he started to put the oil right here, and I'm like, hold up. Not on this hair, you won't. Can you put it in my hand or something? And then things started to change. They took me away downstairs. And then one of the deacons, I guess she was a deacon, she had one of the little things that said deacon. And she locked the door. And she's like, "You're going to speak in tongues today?" And I said, "Today? Let me help you with something. I grew up in a Pentecostal church. So if you're going down there to speak in tongues on Sunday, you ain't coming out till Tuesday." So I wanted to know, today. She's like, "Today." So we got down there and everything. And she's like, "I want you to sing a song." I said, "Again?" She must saw it on me. So she told me to sing a song. So I closed my eyes and I started singing. The only song I could think of. I said, "This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of..." She said, "Stop." She said, "Stop." Then she started praying for me. She was like, "Jehovah Jireh, Jehovah Rapha." I said, man, she knew all of Jesus' nicknames. Then she started putting her hand on my stomach right here, and she started praying. Then she went down to my second stomach. And she began to pray again. And she's like, "Honey, it's going to sound like a baby." I was like, "I ain't got much time, all right." "Mama?" She was like, "That's it, baby, that's it." I said, "Dada?" She said, "All right." And then I wasn't going to join the church till she said we have refreshments. I was like, all right. So I started coming to the church, and things were going fine until we got to the end of the service again. I'm sitting there, and here come the announcements. Corporate fast. No meats, no sweets, no TV. You gonna starve this month. So fasted from church. Sneaking no corporate fast up on me. So I figured every January they're going to have this corporate fast. But I think Popeyes, they had a hold on me. I think they know when the fast is coming around, because how are they going to send me a 5-piece chicken coupon and a biscuit for $1.99? And I think I ain't going there. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to come up with a plan. I'm going to strategize. If I mess up, and I know some of y'all done that because I see it. If I mess up, then I'm going to owe God to that. 1 day became 2 days. 2 days became 3. It was Mother's Day. I was still on the fast. So that's my time. Thank y'all.
Give it up, give it up. Give it up for Tanya Lewis.